Sometimes it's okay to have some fun, right? so, in recently, oh man, sorry about that. And recently, I've been looking for like products to find online, some clothes, right? I'm thinking about it during the nighttime. All right, I think about it during the nighttime, and I think, okay, where can I get this stuff? Okay, I need something, maybe a phone, maybe a phone case for my phone. All right. I maybe need something like, I could use a SD card. And the next morning, when you go online, all right, Facebook, Instagram, or even TikTok these days, or anything else, or you have this thing where you're like, wait a minute, I was thinking about, you were thinking, keyword thinking about this last night, and it suddenly pops up in your news feed. Don't you ever feel that there's something like, whoa, I always feel like somebody's watching me. If you don't know the song, shame on you. And there was always this time where you were just thinking about, I want to buy new shoes. We're gonna get some leather shoes with with some, I don't know, maybe with a black leather shoes with a bit of a brown stripe on it. Social media, Instagram, a promotion which you weren't even thinking about is right there, and you're like, wait a minute, that's so weird. Right? I was just thinking about it. You didn't even tell it to your girlfriend or your boyfriend, but you're like, you were thinking about it last. You were like about to sleep, and you're like, what do I wear tomorrow? Oh, I need new shoes, man. I need new shoes. Oh, I just wish I had some like brown leather shoes. All right, with the black sole, and maybe it's kind of like boots too. And suddenly you have both. And you have the pair of the brown shoes, and you have the boots shoes. You have the boots, right? And you're like, I just thought about both of them. You thought about it, and now it's a reality. Hmm. How is this possible? Don't you feel like there is somebody watching you? Hmm. I bet they do. So, in an article which I found, nearly 90% of the world's internet users are being monitored. The other 10% do not have the internet. Right? So, what does this mean? Like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Somebody could be actually watching you type your Twitter just, right now, right? Maybe they could even access the location or everything else. Come on, man. This is why reality is so messed up, right? Sometimes it works for the best of you too, but then again, people would love to know. If I was looking for shoes and I find it the next morning, I'll be so grateful. I'll be like, wow, okay, you know this I'm getting all right, all right, all right, I can do that. Okay, but then again, there's also a possible chance of private information, okay, being leaked out. Okay, your private life. Okay, maybe there are some pictures of a vacation you didn't want to be let out, but still they're let out. Hmm. Remember those terms and agreement forms which we agree in like a second. uh, oh, I guess we should start reading them, huh? Because they're in there. All right, whether we like it, whether we are against it by thought, but we've actually agreed to it and we continued. Okay, agree and continue. That is what happened. Okay, I mean, sometimes you might be going through a really hard time. All right, and just sad and sad, right? And and you just randomly go online. Okay, you don't have to look for a product or anything like that's going to be like, get some help. Not you do get those, all right, and but still, but sometimes you just don't want any help. You just want to just get through it, right? So when it comes to actually, okay, let's go for memes again. All right, memes are the number one motivators. It's like it's sarcasm and motivation at the same time. Okay, you remember the meme where one guy was just sitting at the table, life is cruel, and then you die, change my mind. you know it's motivation. Yeah, life is really cruel. Okay, and I will eventually die, change my mind. Can you give me long life? Can you give me eternal life? All right, not in this life. Okay, uh, sometimes vacancies are now hiring happy people. Discrimination like this is why I'm employed, why I'm unemployed. Oh man, just imagine looking for a post from a job saying, now hiring happy people. And you're like, but I'm not happy. People with depression hide their depression. Okay, they don't show it to everyone, but then they're like, oh man, now they'll know as soon as they know I'm not happy. This is just a fake smile. This discrimination like this is why I'm unemployed. uh, uh, you know, sometimes we actually say things to ourselves, like, be a lot cooler if you didn't have to participate in life. Just stay on bed all day, every day. It's true. When we wake up, we're like, why? You're so motivated to go to work the next day. You have so many ideas. You just want to be like, oh man, I got so much ideas. Then you wake and you go to sleep and you wake up and you be like, that motivation is all gone because you haven't slept on the way that you wanted. All right. You didn't sleep the amount of time that you needed. You slept the amount of time which you were given. You were given that time for at least 4 hours to sleep and recharge and come back. All right. And that's why you feel like be a lot cooler, if I didn't have to participate in life. Oh, oh, that's a cracked wall. Okay. Me trying to cure my depression by music and memes. Okay. You have music and memes, and in the middle, you have a plaster. Okay. Which actually seals up wounds that's actually going to be like, okay, this is actually sticking together as much as it can to help me with my depression. You see, does this show that I'm a depressed person? Well, okay, it's fine. Okay, everyone's depressed these days. Uh, well, if you're a person with depression, you understand that depression is always, it's always, all right. It's not that you feel low. Sometimes depression because of loneliness. Sometimes depression because of you've been uh you don't have time for yourself. It's depression can be come in so many ways, right? But then after, if you're a pro depression person, okay, and you hear someone saying, they have a seasonal depression, and you're like, really? And you're the one with the constant depression, like every day, 24/7, 365, and you're like, a seasonal depression? Please, okay? Please don't do that. All right? A seasonal depression? Well, how long is it life for? Last for a week? A month? Impossible. 24/7, 365, 12 months. Oh, well. Depression, guys, but we learn to live with it. Okay? Because we've learned, once depression actually starts infecting your life, you actually can't get rid of it. And you just look at the seasonal depression, you're like, amateurs. Uh, you know, uh, it's something that actually helped a lot of people. If people who did not have depression before 2020 are having depression now because of the lockdown. Okay, you understand that. Oh wow, you wanted a home, for you want to stay at home and work the all your life, and now that you got it, you're like, oh, I actually don't like this. um, yeah, I don't really like this one. I want to go back to work. You can't go out. It's lockdown. Stay at home. Stay at home. Oh man. So that is what it's in. And that's how people actually who have never had depression in their life started saying, oh, so this is what that person feels. This is depression. Uh-huh. Righto, right ho. Okay, I get it now. It's true. You've been going at them, you know, and then for an entire time, all right. And now you understand what they're going through, and now you're like, I need help. Someone please help me. And then you actually know someone else who was like you is going and laughing at you right now. You know, I bet you must have seen the Spider-Man meme, right? Where there are multiple Spider-Man pointing at each other around a circle. Okay, so there is one Spider-Man which is called burnout, other ones COVID anxiety, seasonal depression, election anxiety, financial anxiety, regular depression, and existential dread. Existential dread. Sorry about that. Oh man, you just can't get up. That's anxiety. And sometimes you might be having some help, some people who actually have help regarding for depression. All right, they are going to be like, you just you meet, let's say you go out for lunch with your therapist. Okay, because sometimes it's not just always in a room. So yes, tell me your problem. All right, I'm writing it down. Okay. Oh, you have depression. Okay, take this tablet twice a day. Okay, anxiety tablet 5 times a day. It's not like that. Depression, you have to talk to someone. Okay, it's not about the pills. All right, do not fix your life on pills. To fix your life on help from other people. So once in a while, you see you maybe, I mean, you could have gone for lunch with a therapist because you're like, your therapist doesn't want to leave you alone today. Maybe you're going through a bad day, and after that, right, and you just go out for lunch and you meet a friend. Okay, and someone asks you, how do they know when you're lying, right? You go to the therapist and you're like, they always know when you're lying because they have known you for quite a while. They're helping you with your situation. Okay. And now they're like, so how's your day been? How are you feeling? I'm fine. And your therapist is like, okay, listen here, you little, listen here. All right. So, here we go. Formal Foundation. Great to have you back on the show. Great after a long time. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Rule is whatever the power is, there's a negative effect. Okay. I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball. All right. I love Goku, so I would have the powers of Goku. Exactly. So, what would the negative effect be? I guess the negative effect would be, oh man, Goku's power level was always, he always wanted to be better than the other person. All right, he always wanted to, not better than the other person, he wanted to be stronger day by day. He doesn't want to have the same strength he had yesterday. He wanted to have more and more, so he just had to fight with everyone else. That would be the negative effect. He just okay, powers of Goku, but you go bald after every power up. Ooh, like, come on, man. You see, I love my hair so much. I mean, why you do that? Okay. All right. Yeah, I still would have it though. Yeah. I mean, clearly, I mean, every time Goku goes to another power up, he goes to more and more hair. Okay, but now it's gonna be like, this hair of mine is gonna be like low and low. I'm losing hair. Oh, One Punch Man would love that, huh? Formal Foundation, if our dedication is going out to you, shout out to you as well. I hope you're doing good. Okay, thank you so much. What would you have though? Oh, for every power up. I can't say that, but okay. The Dragon Ball shrink. Oh, come on, man. Why are you putting me on the spot, bro? No, I would go with the first one. I would go bald. I'll go bald. Oh, well, getting in for a short break, people. We'll be back soon. Also, even you can send us a message on the WhatsApp line 07852473473. And, get in with it. Get in with the conversation. Okay, download the app as well on the Apple App Store and also the Google Play Store, right? Instagram, Relax Radio. Also, Twitter at Relax Radio. And we are here just to have a chat. Once in a while, yeah, you like music. But then again, you also want to have a few chats here and there, right? So we are here just to give you that option where you will share your opinions, we will share ours. We are basically friends, all right? But I'm going for a short break right now, and I'll be back soon. And until then, hang tight, and don't be, don't worry, they're all watching us. I might be helping them by being in front of the camera. Yo, you watching me? Yeah? Well, I'm going for my break. Peace out.
Again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, you've had one to forget, God, there'd be an inquest. Me, why did you reject my son? Oh, I haven't rejected your son.
I want to talk about, how the generation gap, has how much it's changed, especially when you check the youth nowadays in comparison, to people back in the day.
I'd say when I was younger, it was more disciplined. Not now.
In comparison to now.
Not at all. Not now. You know, the way things are nowadays, the younger generation, you seem that they can't accept the word no, if that makes sense.
They can't accept rejection, essentially, is all you're trying to say.
Yeah, they can't accept the word no. So if you, how did I do? Or you didn't do very well, and they get upset, you know. And when I was a youngster, my father used to say to me, because I used to be sport mad when I was very young, well, I still am sport mad, but like participating in different sports. And if I had a bad game, for example, I'd say to me, "You had one to forget." That's it.
Your dad sounds like a smart guy. I mean, yeah, that's the real fact of the matter. Yeah.
You know, he'd say to me, "You had one to forget. Get over it," and that was it. So I'd dust myself down and do it again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, "You've had one to forget," God, there'd be an inquest. An inquest. I mean, why did you reject my son? Oh, I haven't rejected your son. Or daughter. I've just told them that they need to buck their ideas up.
That's the truth right there. I mean, if you think about it, if you check the generations, like right now in the US as well, I've seen a lot of these things as well. In the UK, you know, you get medals for participation. But what's the point? What are you trying to? Yeah, what's the point? Either you win or you lose. People are so afraid to put that whole notion of losing. You know, when it comes to right now, the generation gap is just crazy. You know how much. A lot has changed. Social media has taken control of our lives, and we don't even realize it anymore. We're crippled because of it.
That's absolutely right, Nick. Because, as you said, you know, nowadays it seems that you get rewarded for failure. You know, for the life of me, Nick, I can't get my head around that. Perhaps I'm just getting old and morbid. I don't know. I just can't get my head around how you could be rewarded for failure. Cycling in London is not child's play. How to be a better cyclist. Listen to my show, only on Relaks Radio. I'm Kevin. Join me every Thursday, 5 p.m. Look forward to seeing you. And it gives them something to look at, and it makes them laugh. It makes them laugh, so that's why I do it.
Oh, and it could be a really good pickup line as well. Ladies who ask, "Hey, excuse me, so why are you wearing something so colorful?" I mean, hey, you can always have something up on your sleeve. I mean, got me thinking. You know, you want to stand out. Why do you want to stand out though so much, especially with these kind of shirts when you're riding? There must be a purpose behind it, right?
Well, when you say a purpose, Nick, what I do, I wear the shirts. Mainly, one, because they're nice and bright, so they make me visible, especially if I'm riding on the road.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's very important, right? Because you want cars, yeah.
Very important. And also, like, people see me in, like, calves, and perhaps I shouldn't be saying this on here, I suppose, but in the bar afterwards.
All right.
And it gives them something to look at, and it makes them laugh. It makes them laugh, so that's why I do it.
Oh, and it could be a really good pickup line as well. Ladies who ask, "Hey, excuse me, so why are you wearing something so colorful?" I mean, hey, you can always have something up on your sleeve. I mean, you look like a guy who would do.
You know me too well. You know me too well, Nick.
Variety is the spice of our station. Relax, relax, relax. Radio.
Welcome back to the Vibe. This is Kyle on Relax Radio. So, we've been talking about, well, different kinds of memes, all right, and stuff that actually helps you, especially when it comes to a point where, people are watching you. They're watching you, people. This is Optimus Prime. I send this message to all Autobots. They are watching, right? And, they could be watching. I mean, I know you are watching. Just imagine, okay, I am your entertainment right now. You are looking at me. I'm doing funny things. Okay, you are looking at me, while also there's someone looking at you watching me. Oh, well, what about that? So when it comes to a point where, especially a time when you're like so depression memes are the ones that are going haywire all over. I'm not haywire. It's trending. Okay, people love more depressing memes than actual memes. Okay, because and somehow, let's say you're going through something. Maybe you went after a breakup. Maybe you and your partner had a fight, and things got really heated up, and you're like, oh man, what do I do now? Right? You just don't know what to do, and you see a meme, and you just it's regarding the situation you're in right now, and it just makes you feel like sometimes I just feel like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I do feel like that sometimes. And that's a T-Rex. With the saddest day of his life. uh, sometimes a personal, sometimes we go through personal attacks, right? I mean, sometimes like we overthink. Overthinking is like next level. Okay, you think of when this happens, how will the other thing happen? Okay, if this goes this way, what will happen after that? But if this goes that way, overthinking means going different kinds of paths. There could be multiple. Okay, there could be 5, there could be 4, there could be just 2, there could be even 100. And you're like, this situation can go in so many ways. Okay, let's just analyze everything. Okay, if it goes this way, like Doctor Strange. Okay, when he uses the time stone to see what timeline he wins, that's exactly how overthinking is to me. Okay, he's just going. Okay, he's just going on like that, and then something I wonder. Wait a minute, this is exactly how I am when I'm overthinking. Right, I go through all the scenarios and just look for the one that actually which will help me out. All right. Didn't think of that one, did you? Okay. If you did, well, good for you. All right. You're an overthinker. Oh, man. Okay. I mean, the part where he just looks at, I don't know how many timelines did Doctor Strange see? Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, he must have seen, he saw about 1,000,000 things, right? I mean, oh my God. Let me find this for you. Yeah, I'm not exactly, wow. uh I am a big fan of the Avengers, okay, but I'm not good with numbers. I'm not a person like you, bro. Okay, and here it is, 14 million. He saw 14,605,000. Okay, 14,605,000 possibilities of how Avengers Endgame will end. Okay, that's a lot of overthinking. Okay, that's next level, bro. Okay, so when it comes to and guess how many times did he see the Avengers and if the whole world winning against Thanos? Is from 14,604 they lost, and only one they won. And because of that, Tony Stark, Iron Man, had to give up his life. Thank you, Doctor Strange. But it was your only choice. I mean, who could argue with it? He saw 14 million, all right? 14 million, 605 possibilities of how the end game would go. And only one of them was going to win. That is exactly how an overthinker sees. Okay, how an overthinker thinks. They're going to see all possibilities until they get to the right one. If you ever wonder why people overthink, think of Doctor Strange. Right? All right. So, I mean, it's amazing, right? I mean, sometimes you're in your room and it's like, it's not amazing, it's depressing. All right. You're in your room and you are just like, just basically having all the time to yourself and be like, oh, okay, right? And all right, fine. And then suddenly you just go to her thought, wait a minute, what if this happens? What if that happened? You know you know, you're just thinking of fake scenarios and hurting your own feelings. Oh, I feel sorry for you, you know, because I mean I do the same thing, but it's overthinking. Okay, it's depression basically. What's the point of getting a person out of depression if you don't know what they're going through? First, identify the situation, and you know, me too. And sometimes to your issues, okay, when they really mess you up all at once, and you're just telling your entire body, your entire mind, your heart and soul, steady, people, steady, steady, steady. Okay, calm down, calm down. Oh, it's a stampede of problems. This is not good for my depression and anxiety, but calm down, people. Hold the fort. Hold the fort. Oh man, you know these are the best part. That's how the person with depression and anxiety go through. They're like, oh, your head is like, and you're just like, I just need to calm down. Just need to calm down. Just calm down, bro. Calm down. Okay. And because if you suffer from depression and somebody tells you to just cheer up, you're like, my goodness, what a beautiful idea. I did not think of that. I have depression, I have anxiety. I didn't think that I should calm down. Yeah, really, people. uh, you know, there is also, I mean, depression also heads in many ways. Some a person can overthink from depression. Another person can sleep like so many times, okay, for so many hours, right? I mean, there suddenly you have had a 12-hour nap, and suddenly you just wake up from it and you're just like, okay, oh, look, I didn't do my depression nap. 2 hours more, 14 hours of sleep. And everyone's like, what's wrong with you? Right? But this is what people go through. All right. They find ways to keep going on with life, like whether it's sleeping over time, you know, but they wait for it. Uh, Sometimes, you know, now, I mean, since the time you can remember, everything in your life has not been going too well, right? It has not been going too well at all. But sometimes you get used to it. You're like, people have gone through a lot of things. Sometimes it's been like maybe for 30 years, you know, someone has never had a nice moment to themselves. All right. But then there's also a time where, you know, even after 20, maybe 25 or 30 years or 35 years or 40 years, once you get used to it. Oh, look here. I need to get to work. I need to get to my car. My car's burning. It's on fire. It's all right. I take the bus. I'm used to it. If ever someone says they're used to it, oh man, people, you better be very careful of that person because they got nothing to lose after that. Just laughing their way. Uh Sometimes, you know, like people tell you, like, oh, you suffer from depression. Why don't you just open up to people? All right, talk to someone, talk to at least one person. And then you're like, okay, if I just spoke to this person, I am actually a cupboard with full of plates. And as soon as I open this cupboard, all the plates are gonna fall down to the floor and break. So if I open up myself, I am going to fall down and smash, crack to pieces. I'll be resting in pieces. Not everyone understands that, you know. Uh, you know, when somebody asks me, you know, how are you doing, right? But I also I also don't want them to feel sorry for me, right? I mean, that's the other thing, okay? We don't want people to feel, I don't want that. I don't want someone to be feeling sorry for me. I really don't want that. Come on, man, leave me alone, right? And I won't hurt you, and then you know, just don't hurt me, and it's like that, okay? Uh, and then after you just want to yourself, okay, you will be like, I don't want to open up to someone, you know that. Then you just think, okay, what have I done? Maybe that person could have helped me, and you're just thinking, I'll probably be sad for the rest of my life. And in the other way, besides that, I'm good. I'm doing okay. Uh, you know, when me when quarantine hit, this was a depression attack. Okay, it wasn't just a virus attack, it wasn't just something of sickness and all that. It was a depression attack for a lot of people. All right, it was like on the first day of quarantine, thinking it would be a nice to stay at home, for a couple of weeks, and you're like, oh, okay, I get to have all the breaks in the world. I'm basically sick, and I'm not supposed to do anything. I'm just supposed to stay where I am now. And then you wonder after the first day, you're like, oh, you're excited, you used up all your energy, and on the second day, you're like that for the next 14 days, depressed because you used up all your energy on the first day. Okay, you didn't need to do it separate. You just want to do everything all at once. Uh, you went for it. People, sometimes you really do need to have a certain time for yourself just to get from depression. Sometimes not a single person in the world can help you with your kind of depression. But eventually you will meet someone. You haven't met everyone in the world yet. Okay. But then there are some things that you need to do which you need to get over, like depression itself, which will help you get over your depression. Is maybe you're the only one who has the answer to it. Hey, totally understandable. Okay, sometimes yes. I mean, we've all been to therapists once in our lives, and like, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't know. This is that. I don't know what's happening to me. And they're like, oh, this is what you're going through. Like, and yeah, I don't think so. It doesn't make sense in your head that okay, that is not what I'm going through. There are people out there who can't express themselves, but who already know how to look after themselves. Okay, they know what to do. They don't need the help of others because some don't understand them, and they still haven't met anyone yet. Okay, they haven't met the right person yet to understand. There's always someone who's going to understand you. Okay, you might not meet them today, you might not meet them tomorrow, you might not meet them in the next 10 years, but you will eventually meet someone like you, and that's the day you will have to open up. It's all time, people. It's all basically time. All right. So, make sure that like you have that time. All right, and always have it. Do not be very don't always be like, oh man, I really don't want to do this, but I really don't want to talk to anyone right now. But sometimes you maybe don't want to talk to anyone. You just have to talk to yourself. Hmm. Talk to yourself. I know it's like, why would I talk to myself, Kyle? Why would I do that? Because if no one understands you, all right, build up a connection with your consciousness, your subconsciousness, and be like, okay, what do I do? I don't know. I'm going through the same thing as you. Okay, so what do we do? I really don't know, man. You could, this is a possibility that you could actually build up personalities for yourself, but control yourself. Okay. If you don't control your mind, then you need to strengthen your mind. You need to strengthen your willpower. Don't let your mind control you. Don't let anything control you. You control yourself. Okay. Don't let your consciousness control you. Your consciousness is your friend. All right. Your subconscious is your sidekick. Didn't think of it that, did you? But anyway, be always, have that balance in life. Smile when you have to, okay, or smile when you don't want to. Positive, right? We don't have negatives here. All right. So here's another one before we go for a short break. I found if there's this one meme, like you must have seen this, right? Okay, don't forget to smile today, and you're just like, yeah, you just really can't smile today. You can do this, but you can't smile to show your teeth. Hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good evening. Yes, yes, I'm happy. I'm very happy today. Can't you see the smile? That's trying to blink smile. uh, Sometimes you're just up all night crying. Okay, I'm not laughing at you guys. Okay, first of all, I'm not laughing at you guys. But I mean, it's just how everything is right now. Okay, we are all depressed in our own space. Especially sometimes if you're crying all night, and you just remember your childhood friend Bob the Builder, and you try to give him a call to be like, Bob, can you fix my life? I heard you can fix anything. Please fix my life, Bob. Bob the Builder. Oh man, one of the favorites. Going for a short break, people. Be back soon. Until then, don't do anything stupid. All right, I'm just kidding. What I mean is, be happy. Smile till I come back.
But now,
The valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday. And what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. What am I saving or investing for? Why am I doing it? When will I need the money? And how much money do I need? Yeah. So that's quite important, because when you're looking at your net worth, you got to start with saying, well, what do I want my net worth to be, so that there's a goal, and then work backwards. How do I get there? And if I can start with £50 or $50 a week, if I save that every week, and you can go online and use calculators online. I don't have to teach you the maths behind it, but you can say, okay, and if I get a 3% return and I put this away for how long will it take to reach my goal? And that's called just it's basic cash flow projection calculations. And it's what we use in financial planning all the time. What we say to clients is we say, okay, what is your goal? What is your objective? Where do you want to go to? And we discuss that in a lot of detail and over most of the meeting. And then the rest of it is saying, okay, in your exact circumstances, with your risk profile, with how you feel about investments and pensions and taxes and where you are and who you work with, and your education level or your lack of education or how involved you want to be. There's a lot of variables that we take into account, and then we say, okay, here's a plan. You start like this, that's great. And then we review it all the time. And we say, okay, we need to increase it, we're on track, we're not, this is what is happening. Because remember, when you're dealing with assets, the valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday. And what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. So that's a struggle. Yeah. So there are strategies everywhere from £50 a week up to £100 million, and they're different, right? They range differently from everyone, but and from country to country, to be fair. Different countries have different tax laws, so different vehicles. But from your point of view, at the sort of normal end, I'm not going to call it the low end because I'm in that boat as well. It's as tax efficient as you can get it. That's where you start. You use all the tax efficiencies, and then you step up into different things. We've seen it, right? If an owner of a large public traded company does something wrong, irrelevant of what that company does or how valuable that company is, the stock generally falls into a pool of nothing, right? Because in a public company where the stock is traded openly on the stock exchange, the value of that stock is driven by supply and demand, it's driven by emotion, it's driven by news, it's driven by quite a lot of variables over and above the actual accounting or total net worth of that company. I mean, we've seen it, right? If an owner of a large public traded company does something wrong, irrelevant of what that company does or how valuable that company is, the stock generally falls into a pool of nothing, right? And the company may still have value and may still be doing quite a good things.
Cycling in London is not child's play. How to be a better cyclist. Listen to my show, only on Relaks Radio. I'm Kevin. Join me every Thursday, 5 p.m. Look forward to seeing you.